Rock tonight in a critical rematch against the Cedar Ridge Raiders. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cedar Ridge High School in Round Rock, Texas. My name is Merle Bertrand, Vype Live broadcast director. Viper baseball aficionado John Prussell unable to make it tonight, but Nathan Nunez, our QA tonight, is with us as well. And while we knew we probably weren't going to be able to run the table in this demolition derby of a district, John said it best Tuesday night. To make the playoffs, the Vipers cannot afford to get swept. They need this one tonight to salvage a split with the Raiders. As VANDEGRIFT coming in tonight with an overall mark of 16-9, now 5-3 in the district after their 4-2 Tuesday night loss to Cedar Ridge. The Vipers under head coach Al McGee now tied for second with the Raiders and Westwood. Started the night one game behind Round Rock, but Round Rock has defeated McNeil already 4-2 tonight in a game that got started early because the Round Rock fans wanted to be able to check out their girls' soccer playoff game. So Round Rock defeating McNeil tonight 4-2. So that means the Dragons are now a game and a half up on the Vipers, Vista Ridge, and on Westwood. Westwood, by the way, held on for a 5-4 win over Vista Ridge in 10 innings on Tuesday night. The Raiders under seventh-year head coach Cedar, they come in at 11-11 overall. And Round Rock, of course, the Vipers defeated Round Rock to open up the district season. We swept Vista Ridge. We play Westwood next week, but we dropped the first one to Cedar Ridge on Tuesday night. So it's hard to overstate how big tonight's game is. That sets the table here. We're going to step aside, take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from VANDEGRIFT Vipers head coach Alan McGee on the pregame show. You are watching VANDEGRIFT Vipers Baseball on Vype Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
Hello, please be joined once again in the pregame show by the head coach of the VANDEGRIFT Vipers, Al McGee. And Coach, a tough game on Tuesday night. It seemed like, even from when we arrived at the ballpark, everybody was just kind of out of sorts a little bit. Your thoughts on the 4-2 loss to Cedar Ridge?
It comes down to execution. I mean, they were able to execute with runners in scoring position, and with two strikes, and we had our chances, and we didn't execute, moving guys over and getting them in early in the game, that. There's two good teams going against each other, and when one team executes and another one doesn't, that's usually what happens. It's a close game.
It'd be boring if you won all the time, right?
I'll take that.
And you've talked about it before, and I know John Prussell has as well, how frustrating baseball can be sometimes. You can hit a line drive and it's an out, a couple of flares and a little scratch single here and there, and you're down 2-0. Is it hard for a young team to bounce back from that kind of thing?
Definitely comes with maturity, knowing that you did everything right. You hit the ball on the screws, and you just hit those atom balls. And then you can do everything wrong. Your butt go flying out. You just kind of flail your hands, and you hit a little duck fart over the second baseman. The guys are definitely mature, and they're mature hitters. They understand that their job is to go up and try to hit the ball hard every time. And good things happen when you consistently do that. They'll eventually find their holes. Baseball has a way of evening itself out, and we just got to have that same mindset today.
We don't single guys out too often, but I did want to point out the job that Eric Reimers did in relief, kind of a thankless situation, if you will. This game tonight is so important, and it kept both of the two other primary pitchers fresh tonight and ready to go.
Yeah, Reimers came in and did his job. He came in, kept the game close where we needed it to, get within striking distance, and we definitely wanted to put him in that situation. We know he can pitch, and we wanted to get him some district time. But like you said, it was able to also keep Farrow. Farrow was ready to go too if we were able to take the lead, and but hopefully he'll get to go tonight.
Well, speaking of tonight, it's always so different. One of the beauties and the charms of baseball, each ballpark a little bit different. We've seen 2 home runs in the JV game. The wind is blowing tonight. It's a much smaller ballpark. Talk about what it's like to come on the road after playing in the barn that is Venom Field.
Yeah, I mean, what you got to preach to the guys is they can't see the distance on the wall, right? Because home runs are just doubles that carry, and so you can't get in awe of how short it is, because if you do that, now you're just going to pop up your first 2 ABs, and we just got to continue to work on trying to hit line drives gap to gap, and if it has enough distance, the wind, it's the same for both teams. It's not like God is turning the wind off when we're at bat and turning it back on when they're at bat. So it's the elements. Everybody's got to play in it.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time. A big game tonight. I know they're all big, but when you drop the first one, the second game is that much more important. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, you're right. It's a big game, and we know what's at stake right now. And so we're going to go out, play loose, play for each other, and go have fun.
Appreciate the time. Good luck tonight, and have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. You too, Merle. Thank you.
VANDEGRIFT VIPERS head coach Al McGee Canada to join us here on the pregame show. We'll take a break. Be back in time for the national anthem and the opening pitch. You are watching VANDEGRIFT VIPERS baseball on the Vype Live Network.
Buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the VANDEGRIFT community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
Studios. So get ready for game number 9 of the district schedule. The VANDEGRIFT VIPERS tonight on the road taking on the Cedar Ridge Raiders. Tonight marking our 532nd Vipers cast overall on KMAX Sports and Vype Live dating back to 2009. Our 140th Vipers baseball broadcast here on the network. Big thanks to VANDEGRIFT Booster Club President Jennifer Farrow and Vice President Steve Miller and all of our sponsors. Those sponsors including our home run sponsor, Shannon Kramer with Bartlett Realty, along with Silverton Custom Homes. Our double play sponsors, Ranch Road Vision. Our single sponsors, Independence Title, DH Allen Construction, South Star Bank, and Steiner Ranch Wagabag. And our banner sponsor, Trent Reynolds Baseball Development, along with our Vype Network sponsor, Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. Teams, Vipers completing their pregame warm-ups here on a warm night, 88 degrees here in Round Rock. Windy, you can see the flag out there in right center field, blowing hard from right to left. And kind of a hazy sky, kind of dirty air here today with all the wind over the past couple of days. Not much rain at all in forever, it seems like. So the air kind of kicking up and getting dusty. And hold on, somebody asked me a question here. Stand by.
Sorry, it's Tyler Hubbard. Yeah. I'm sorry, and then Will Gilbert. Oh, Gilbert. Okay, Gilbert. I'm sorry. That's all right. You're fine.
Had to help the PA announcer here get the Viper pronunciations right. That's very important. So happy to do that as we are set up right outside the press box, al fresco, if you will, out on the balcony on the patio for tonight's game here as the Vipers getting ready to take on Cedar Ridge. It is a very dusty night. If you've got allergies, it's kind of a tough night to be out here, but we will do the best we can and get ready to go here in this baseball game. As we mentioned, if you're just tuning in, Round Rock has already defeated McNeil by a final score of 4-2. A much better effort there by McNeil after Tuesday night's game. That was a 15-3 win for the Dragons. McNeil playing much tougher tonight. Just shows how different each game can be in district play. We're going to turn it over to our PA for tonight's starting lineups.
Regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, all of the players have proven their willingness to work and sacrifice in order to achieve athletic excellence. We ask, as a spectator, you consider the time and effort each of these teams, coaches, and athletes have put forth. Cheer these young athletes, applaud them, but do not, through any of your actions, cause them to doubt the value of athletics. By your conduct, allow these young people to feel pride in their communities and schools, while your sportsmanlike actions may play only a small part in outcome of this game. Will play a greater role in continuing to encourage competitive excellence. The officials for this game have been mutually agreed upon.
Really kind of hard to hear him from this vantage point, so we'll get out of that. We'll give you the batting order ourselves for the Vandergrift Vipers. Leading off playing left field is Nick Jackson. Braden Buchanan, the starting pitcher tonight, batting second. Christian Okerholm, the DH, batting third for the second baseman Simon Baker. Clayton Moore over at third base in the cleanup spot. Landon Thompson behind the plate, batting fifth. Tyler Hubbard out in center field, batting sixth. Will Gibbert out in right field, batting seventh. Ryan back to shortstop, batting eighth, and M.D. Connor over first base, batting ninth for the Vandergrift Vipers. Defensively for Cedar Ridge, it's Nick Zamora, Matthew Brooks, and Brendan Reed, the outfield left to right. Daniel Valadez, Daniel Patterson, Tucker Allen, and Landon Myhill, the infield third to first. Dylan Masandra behind the plate, and Bryson Dudley, the starting pitcher tonight for the Cedar Ridge Raiders. I jinxed it. One of our other crews, Cedar Park softball, playing at Georgetown Eastview tonight, and it started raining up in Georgetown. They're debating whether or not they're going to be able to continue the broadcast since they have no cover. They're set up outside like I am. I can see the clouds from where I am at, but so far, hopefully this thing will just kind of blow around us here. But I jinxed it by talking about how it hasn't rained in forever. That's always the way it goes. Big game tonight. On Tuesday night in district play, in addition to our game, Cedar Ridge 4 over the Vipers 2. I mentioned Round Rock dominating McNeil 15-3. It was Hutto 5 over Stony Point 4, 5-4 in that one, in what amounted to a save-the-season game for the Hutto Hippos. And then the wild game of the night, Westwood coming back to defeat Vista Ridge 5-4 in 10 innings. Westwood led that one 3-0 throughout most of the game. Vista Ridge managed to tie it up, send it into extra innings, but Westwood won that game 5-4. So again, coming in tonight, Round Rock was 6-2. They're now 7-2. The Vipers, Cedar Ridge, and Westwood all 5-3, a game and a half back. Those are the four playoff teams right now. Vista Ridge a game behind those teams at 4-4. Stony Point and Hutto at 3-5, and McNeil now at 1-8. That's the up-to-date district standings heading into tonight's action. Vandergrift will take on Westwood next week, opening up Tuesday night at Westwood High School, and then closing out that series 1 week from tonight at home against the Westwood Warriors, pardon me. Putting on the final touches of the field, we'll step aside one more time, be back in time for the national anthem and the starting lineups. You're watching Vandergrift Vipers Baseball on Vype Live.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at vype.com.
Do you love the game of football? Wish you could be part of the action? Then become a football official. The Austin Football Officials Association is actively seeking new members to officiate games all across Central Texas. The Austin Football Chapter of TASO, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, provides a 2-year training program for new members. Taught by a crew of veteran officials, these training classes meet each Monday night from July through November and include classroom and on-field instruction. You don't need to be an ex-player or a coach to become a great official and have a memorable officiating career. As our officials will tell you, working around student athletes at all levels of football is gratifying. Plus, you'll develop lifelong friendships with other officials who share your passion for the game. Officiating football is a great way to get into and stay in shape be a positive role model for student athletes, retain your competitive edge, and earn additional income. Visit the Austin Football Officials Association online at afoa.ws for more information. That's afoa.ws.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to Balfour, Baylor Scott & White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Spalding, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. These generous corporate sponsors support the UIL in all its activities, music, academics, and athletics. The UIL appreciates these sponsors and their participation in all that the UIL does in Texas extracurricular activities. On behalf of the UIL and its corporate sponsors, thank you for supporting UIL activities in your community and enjoy the game.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the VANDEGRIFT community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
We'll get this one underway. Again, the JV in action tonight. A brisk game throughout the first 5. The Vipers rolling out to a 10-1 lead. Had to hang on for a 10-6 win as a bit of a walk-a-rama in the closing stages of that game. So it ran a little bit long, but you see the coaches gathering there. We'll come in tighter on this shot here. Yeah, the two coaches will go over the ground rule. John Prussell checking in. And yeah, I wonder if anybody picked up on that. I said, yeah, you always have to love the duck fart reference, talking about the little flare singles there. We're not SEC compliant, so you can get away with saying that kind of stuff, John. Beautiful night for a Viper win. Let's go, Vipers. And John will be back with us on Tuesday night from Westwood as the Vipers get ready to take on the Westwood Warriors. Hope John gets feeling better. Email is open, voiceofthevipers@gmail.com, all one word plural. voiceofthevipers@gmail.com. We want to give a shout-out to my mom tuned in from the frozen north up in Illinois. She's tuned into tonight's broadcast. I'm going to turn her into a Viper fan before the season is done. And happy to have Mom tuned in as well as we get ready to get this one underway. That email address again, voiceofthevipers@gmail.com. Big night tonight on Vype Live. 20 broadcasts all across the great state of Texas tonight, primarily in the Houston and Austin area. Some baseball, some lacrosse, some softball. Some of the scores trickling in. Bowie has already defeated Aikens 3-0. They swept the Eagles. They won last night's game 10-0. Eastview leading Cedar Park in softball 5-0 in the bottom half of the second inning. End of 2 in baseball. Georgetown 5, Cedar Park 0. And trying to check here some of the other scores that have come in. End of 1 in softball action. Lockhart 2, Austin Crockett 1. Some of the games here in the greater Austin area. We've got Vista Ridge taking on Westwood tonight. We'll track that one very, very close to that game with major playoff implications not only for them, but for both of these teams here as well. Middle of the third, Liberty Hill baseball, they're trailing Leander Glen 1-0. That game as well on Vype Live tonight. And the meeting is over. That means it's time for tonight's starting lineups and national anthem. We'll see if we can pick up the PA a little bit better for the starting lineups.
Head coach Alan McGee. Assistant coaches Jared Hickel, Ed Wilkins, and Barton Hewitt. Batting first, number 1, and playing left field, Nick Jackson. Batting second, number 15, and pitching, Braden Buchanan. Batting third, number 29 and DH is Christian Okerholm. Batting fourth, number 13 and playing third base is Clayton Moore. Batting fifth, number 25 and catching is Landon Thomason. Batting sixth, number 4 and playing center field is Tyler Hubbard. Batting seventh, number 18 and playing right field is Will Gilbert. Batting eighth, number 5 playing shortstop is Ryan Back. Batting ninth, number 20 and playing first base is M.V. Connor. And number 2 playing second base is Simon Baker. And now for your Cedar Ridge Raiders, head coached by Darryl Reeves and assistant coach Darren Ramsey. Batting first, number 15 and playing center field is Matthew Brooks. Batting second, number 2 and playing shortstop is Daniel Patterson. Batting third, number 3 and playing second base is Tucker Allen. Batting fourth, number 22 and playing third base is Danny Valadez. Batting fifth, number 23 and playing left field is Nick Zamora. Batting sixth, number 16 and pitching, Bryson Dudley. Batting seventh, number 4 and playing catcher is Dylan Masano. Batting eighth, number 17 and playing first base is Landon Myhill. Batting ninth, number 21 playing right field is Brendan Reed. And the rest of the Cedar Ridge Raiders. Now for all stand please. Take your hats off and we'll listen to the national anthem.
All right, we are ready for baseball from Round Rock, Cedar Ridge High School. Merle Bertrand here, Nathan Nunez. Back at the Vype Live studios. John Presley tuned in as well. As we get this one just moments away from the first pitch on what's turned into a cloudy, dusky night here in Round Rock. Talked about a little bit in the pregame show, all grass and dirt field here at Cedar Ridge, the way God meant baseball to be played. Love to see the grass and the dirt. A much, much smaller ballpark than Venom Field. As the field over there, 323 and 325 to the foul poles, I believe. Here it's 319 to both foul poles. A little shorter, but not that big a difference. The difference is the power alleys and center field. It's 344 to the left field power and the right field power alley, and 345 to Deadaway center field. Compare that to 380 feet at Venom Field. That's 25 feet different. We already saw 2 home runs in the JV game, if you missed that during the interview with Coach. And the wind is blowing, especially out to left, so if the ball gets in the air in a relatively short ballpark, look out. But Coach Al McGee with maybe the quote of the year, aside from the duck fart reference. in that home runs are just doubles that carry. So just hit the ball hard and let it go where it's going to go. Nick Jackson, Braden Buchanan, Christian Okerholm, the first three batters to take the plate here against the right-handed pitcher for the Cedar Ridge Raiders. That is Bryson Dudley. The two aces went at it on Tuesday night. I like our chances with Braden Buchanan getting the start tonight. Been a little hit and miss in the district game so far. Sometimes looked really, really good. Sometimes struggled a little bit. But he's due for a good outing, and he's got Daniel Farrell all set to go. No pitches on his arm this week, so I like our chances tonight here. But let's jump out on them early and put the pressure on the Raiders. So Nick Jackson will step it in, leading it off, batting .360 on the season. No home runs, 16 RBI. Has 4 doubles and a triple on the season so far. And the first pitch high inside, and we're underway from Cedar Ridge. Swung on, poked in the air to center field, and starting back and then coming in to make the catch out in center field was Matthew Brooks for one away. That'll bring up Braden Buchanan, getting the start tonight, trying to help his cause at the plate. Comes in batting .383, no home runs, 14 RBI, 5 doubles, and a team-leading 2 triples. Had one the other night. And that pitch in there to let us call strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. Swung on, foul tip. 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Buchanan is quickly out on strikes. 2 away, bases empty for Christian Okerholm. Okerholm on the season batting .418, leading the team there. 1 home run, leading the team with 20 RBIs, leading the team with 6 doubles on the season. Comes in here with 2 outs and the base is empty. And waits on that off-speed pitch. Lifts it foul out of play to the right side. Strike one. That ball ripped down the left field line, and it gets under the glove. It's going to be cut off by the left field, and it's just going to be a single by Okerholm. Nice job there by the left fielder, Nick Zamora. Had him played perfectly to hold that one to a loud single. And with 2 outs and runner first, that'll bring up Clayton Moore. Moore batting .315 on the season, no homers and 10 RBI. Kind of an ugly time of night for the video stream as the lights are struggling to take hold against the dusky sky. It'll look better here as the night wears on. And happy to have you with us, spending part of your weekend with us on a Friday night. Moore steps in, 2 outs, runner at first. And the pitch high upside. Ball one. Nice job climbing the ladder there by Masandra, the catcher, to keep that one from going to the backstop. Checks a swing, takes that one at the knees for a call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Viper third baseman. Inheriting the position played by his older brother, Justin Moore. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Into 6, Georgetown 6, Cedar Park nothing in baseball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good cut there. Fouls it straight back. I would have had it. That net hadn't gotten in the way. 1-2 the count. Nice crowd on hand and a comfortable night. The wind trying to die down a little bit. Mid-80s. Got up to 94 in Austin earlier today. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pulled the string out, and Moore is out on strikes to retire the side. In the inning, no run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We play through 1/2 inning of play. Your score, the VandeGrift Vipers nothing, and the Cedar Ridge Raiders coming up to bat. I'll get you their lineup here as soon as I change my scoreboard. There we go. So coming up for the Raiders under head coach Jared Reeves, it's Matthew Brooks, the center fielder, leading it off. Daniel Patterson, the shortstop, batting second. Tucker Allen at second base, batting third. Danny Valadez over at third base, batting cleanup. Nick Zamora out of left field, batting fifth. Bryson Dudley, the starting pitcher, batting sixth. Dylan Massander behind the plate, batting seventh. Landon Myhill, the first baseman, batting eighth. And Brendan Reed out in right field, batting ninth. So Brooks, Patterson, Allen, Valadez, Zamora, Dudley, Massander, Myhill, and Reed, the batting order for the Cedar Ridge Raiders. They'll be facing a Viper defense that looks like this. Nick Jackson, Tyler Hubbard, and Will Gilbert, the outfield left to right. Clayton Moore, Ryan Back, Simon Baker, and M.D. Connor, the infield third to first. Landon Thompson getting the start behind the plate tonight because his usual starting catcher, Braden Buchanan, is getting the starting pitching role tonight. Buchanan coming in and making his 7th appearance of the season with a record of 3-0. 23 innings pitched, giving up 24 hits, 17 runs, 14 of them earned. He's walked 8, struck out 26, hit 6 batters, and comes in with an ERA of 4.26 on the season thus far. As I mentioned, when he is on, he is dead on. When he struggles, he struggles. So we'll see what kind of performance we get tonight out of Braden Buchanan. And the Vipers need a good one. So here's Brooks stepping in to lead it off here for the Cedar Ridge Raiders in the bottom half of the first inning. Swinging on the first pitch and fouls it back against the screen. Strike 1. Moore playing in just a little bit at third base in case Brooks decides to put one down. That one lifted fouled on the right field line. And the count quickly 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Ground ball right side. Baker gobbles it up. And the throw over to first in time. The 4-3 put out, one away. 1 out, base is empty for the shortstop, Daniel Patterson. He had a couple of defensive gems the other night. That one going deep in the hole behind third. Steps in here with 1 out, base is empty. Pitch low and away, ball 1. Popped up straight back. The count 1 ball, 1 strike. I have to say that netting behind home plate might be the tallest netting I think I've ever seen. I mean, it goes way up there. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball right side, out in the right field for a base hit. So Patterson aboard with a 1 out single, lettering up Tucker Allen, the second baseman. JV football field directly behind me here at Cedar Ridge High School. Off to our left, to my immediate left is the press box, but beyond that is the softball field. So a lot of traffic in the concourse here on a normal night, so good to have that high net to protect people a little bit. And the pitch inside, snap though back down to first. Pretty good throw there by Landon Thompson. He's not afraid to throw it down there, even though he only starts half the games. Patterson, medium lead. Not going here. The pitch up high, and the count 2-0 to Allen. Just a little low in the count now 3-0. Taken all the way in 3-0. That pitch right down the pipe. 3 balls, 1 strike. Toss over to first. That's the good move there from Buchanan. Three-one pitch. Inside corner, strike 2, and Tucker Allen better be swinging here. He tossed the bat thinking that was ball 4, so umpires don't care for that. If it's close, he better be hacking away. Let's see if Buchanan can come back and get him after falling behind in the count 3-0. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Little flare to right field. That's going to drop, and it might roll to the wall. Rounding second, heading for third is Patterson. Rounding first, heading for second as the throw comes in, and it's going to be a double for Tucker Allen. Just kind of poked it off the bat handle, and the Raiders have something going here. Runners at second and third with 1 away. So Patterson at third, Allen at second with 1 away for Danny Valadez, the third baseman. First base is open. Let's see how they pitch him here. Up high inside, ball 1, says the umpire. Infield in at the corners. Connor at first, Moore at third. Infield in everywhere, in fact. That pitch looked worse than the first one, and the umpire called it a strike. We'll take it. May have been a bit of a makeup call. 1 ball, 1 strike to Valadez. One pitch. That ball hit in the air to left center field. Pretty well tagged, and that is going to get out of here. A 3-run home run from Danny Valadez. That ball got out of here in a hurry, and it's 3-0 Raiders. So the Raiders jump out early. 3-run blast from Valadez as Nick Zamora will step in with 1 out and the base is empty. Chopper down the third base side, but foul, strike 1. That one back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball tagged pretty hard from Valadez. That is no way that's a home run at Venom Field. Probably a bases clearing double. Don't want to take anything away, but it doesn't clear the ballpark. Hit in the air right side. That's trouble if it's fair, and it is a foul ball by about a foot. Will the thrill Gilbert giving a chase, almost caught up to it, but it lands foul, and the count 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Zamora. Curveball bends in the call, strike 3, and he knew it. Kicked the dust in frustration. Nice pitch by Buchanan for out number 2. And that'll bring up Bryson Delty, the starting pitcher, beneficiary of the 3-run outburst here. 2 outs, bases empty. Low and away, ball one. Boy, Cedar Park having a rough night up in Georgetown. One ball, no strike, and that one stays inside. Their baseball team trailing 6-0 to the Georgetown Eagles. Their softball team trailing Georgetown Eastview 7-0 in the middle of the fourth inning. That ball hit in the air to the right side. Gilbert giving chase, going back, has a beat on it, now coming in and makes the catch. Ooh, juggled it, but managed to hang on to retire the side. They don't call him the thrill for nothing. But in the inning for the Cedar Ridge Raiders, they pick up 3 big runs, and they get them on 3 hits. The big blast, a 3-run home run from Valadez. Nobody left on base. We played through 1 complete. We'll go to the second, 3-0. Cedar Ridge on top. You're watching VANDEGRIFT Vipers baseball on the Vype Live Network.
Do you love the game of football? Wish you could be part of the action? Then become a football official. The Austin Football Officials Association is actively seeking new members to officiate games all across Central Texas. The Austin Football Chapter of TASO, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, provides a 2-year training program for new members. Taught by a crew of veteran officials, these training classes meet each Monday night from July through November and include classroom and on-field instruction. You don't need to be an ex-player or a coach to become a great official and have a memorable officiating career. As our officials will tell you, working around student athletes at all levels of football is gratifying. Plus, you'll develop lifelong friendships with other officials who share your passion for the game. Officiating football is a great way to get into and stay in shape, be a positive role model for student athletes, retain your competitive edge, and earn additional income. Visit the Austin Football Officials Association online at afoa.ws for more information. That's afoa.ws.
Well, the bad news is the Cedar Ridge Raiders jumped out to a 3-0 lead over the VANDEGRIFT Vipers. The good news is the Vipers still have 6 innings to get them back. Starting with this one, there's going to be 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up here. Catcher Landon Thompson due up to lead it off for the VANDEGRIFT Vipers, followed by Tyler Hubbard and Will Gilbert. Vista Ridge up 3-1, bottom of the second inning at Westwood. That is a huge game with massive playoff implications for those 2 teams and these 2 as well. Thank you, Nathan Nunez, for the scoring update. Hendrickson leading Manor 7-4 in baseball action after 3 innings. On a big Friday night here on the Vype Live Network. Landon Thompson stepping in. 294 hitter, team leading 2 home runs with 9 RBI in the season. Let's see if he can get it started here for the Vipers. Looks at the first pitch down low, ball 1. Pitch up high inside, ball 2. Thompson, Hubbard, Gilbert, hopefully back Connor and back to the top of the order. Looks at that tool pitch to the knees, and he shakes his head no. Got to be careful. He's the catcher. Just lobbying for that for next inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good cut. Fouls it straight back. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Thompson. And they called strike 3, and he knew it. Third strikeout of the ball game recorded already for Bryson Dudley. 3 of the 4 outs, in fact, have been strikeouts, as Tyler Hubbard will step in. Hubbard, a 304 hitter, no home runs, 3 RBI. That ball fouled back to the screen, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Back to the screen again. Vipers are late. They're not catching up to Dudley. All the right-handed hitters are fouling it to the right side. Oh, 2 pitch. And another one fouled to the right side. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that one. Third straight strikeout recorded by Dudley. 2 outs, bases empty for Will Gilbert. Gilbert comes in batting .328, no home runs, 10 RBI, with 3 doubles on the season. Trying to start a 2-out rally here for VANDEGRIFT. Off-speed pitch floats in there for call strike 1. That one chopped foul. Just barely got a piece of it, and the count 0-2 quickly to Gilbert. Catcher setting up outside. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and they're called strike 3. And Dudley strikes out the side. Holy smokes. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom half of the second inning. Right now, Cedar Ridge has the Vipers number, but plenty of time left in this one. Down 3-0. Got to hold them here and keep it close. What's concerning is that Dudley's only averaging 12 pitches an inning. Struck out 5 of the 6 Viper batters that he's faced in the first 2 innings. As we go to the bottom half of the second inning, it'll be 7, 8, 9 hitters due up here for Cedar Ridge. It'll be Dylan Massandra, Landon Myhill, and Brendan Reed. And Braden Buchanan needs a quick 1-2-3 inning, 22 pitches unofficially for him in the first inning. Got to go to work in this bottom half of the order and get your bats back up there. Hendrickson with 3 solo blasts out in Maynard tonight. Now lead the Mustangs 8-4. As that pitch hits Massandra. Not the way you wanted to start this inning. That puts a leadoff runner aboard for Landon Myhill. We'll have the courtesy runner coming in here for the catcher. That is number 24, Isaiah Clements, running for the catcher. If you're not familiar with high school baseball, you're allowed a courtesy run for the catcher and the pitcher without those players being removed from the ball game, just an effort to save a little wear and tear on those 2 players. Showing bunt, bust to a strike 1, snap though down to first. They had a chance, but the throw a little low. Pretty good gun there by Thompson. Strike 1 to Myhill. Foul straight back, and the count quickly 0-2. Come on, Braden, let's get him. No 2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Now the throw down to the second, and it is not in time. Kind of an awkward looking delayed steal, but Clemens got down there. Myhill out on strikes for out number 1, 1 out runner at second for Brendan Reed. Pretty good job there by Thompson making that one even close. That was a tough pitch to handle. And the strike 1 to Brendan Reed, the right fielder. Down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Off speed foul back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Ooh, that was a good looking pitch. I don't know how Reed managed to take that one, but the umpire called it down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice pitch, nice take. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him. Strikeout number 2 for Braden Buchanan. 2 outs, and back to the top of the order will go to Matthew Brooks, who grounded out to second base in his first at bat. Clemens at second with now 2 away. Pitch paints the outside corner, strike 1. Into 4, Georgetown 6, Cedar Park nothing in baseball action. Ground ball right side. That's going to get out into right field for a base hit. Gilbert fields it, drops it, and now the run will come home. So the single by Brooks, not an RBI. It's going to be an E9, allows that run to score. And it's 4-0 in favor of Cedar Ridge. Gilbert trying to charge it so he could get it in quickly, just bobble it, and that allowed Clemens with pretty good speed to score. 4-0 Raiders. 2 outs, runner at first for Daniel Patterson. That ball slammed into right field for a base hit. Runners at first and second. Patterson 2 for 2 on the night. As Tucker Allen steps in, he slammed a double last at bat. And that's going to draw a visit to the mound here. I think that's Coach McGee. I don't think that's Coach Wolcott. I think that's Coach McGee. Vista Ridge now leading Westwood 5-1, top of the 3rd inning. New Braunfels Canyon over Dripping Springs with a 6-run first. They lead that one 6-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. And those 2 teams battling for first place in that 5A district. Got those 6 runs on the Tigers' ace. So, 1 run in here for the Raiders in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. They're threatening again. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Tucker Allen, who doubled his previous at bat. Let's see how Buchanan responds to the visit to the mound. Off speed just misses outside. Ball 1. Into 3, Liberty Hill over Glenn, 3-2. Pivot, the throw. Almost threw it away, but shortstop back was there. Quarterback to quarterback. And now Coach Reed's going to go out and talk to the umpire. Maybe checking, lobbying for a balk in the future. That's what that's all about. Said, hey, keep an eye on such and such part of the motion. One-0 pitch. Fouled straight back, and the count 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Ground ball fouled to third base side, 1-2. Buchanan 1 strike away from getting out of the inning without any further damage done. The 1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. Nice job bouncing back there by Buchanan. In the inning, however, the Raiders do scratch across the run. They get it courtesy of a hit by pitch and a single. 2 hits, 1 error. 2 runners left on base. We play through 2. We will go to the third, down 4-0. You're watching Granite Vipers Baseball on Vype Live.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. One-two pitch. Little high, good take there by Back, and the count 2-2. Two-two pitch. High and away, ball 3. Big pitch coming here. Let's see if Back can get aboard. Get this rally started. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5th straight strikeout for Bryson Dudley, and that'll bring up M.D. Connor. Connor on the season, just 1 for 11 in limited plate appearances. Does have 2 RBI. Looks at the first pitch down low, ball 1. Looks at that pitch up high, and he's ahead on the count, 2-0. Make him throw a strike here. The 2-0 pitch. That's in there. It's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Paints the inside corner. The count now 2-2 to Connor, as Dudley battles back. Two-two pitch. In there at the knees, called strike 3, and the strikeout chain keeps on going. So 2 outs, bases empty. Back to the top of the order we go to Nick Jackson. Jackson flew out to center field to start the ball game. One of just 2 Vipers to put the ball in play. Now low, ball 1. Misses outside, 2-0. Up high, 3-0. Dudley had thrown exactly 4 balls throughout the first 2 innings. So the control is slipping a little bit, but he's still getting the job done as he comes back and gets strike 1 right there. Went 3-2 on back, 2-2 on Connor. It's now 3-1 on Jackson. And the count goes full. Jackson with a good cut, fouls it back to the screen, strike 2. Three balls, 2 strikes. And time is called. Three balls, 2 strikes. Foul tip. Good battle there by Jackson. Making him throw some pitches, if nothing else. The wind and the 3-2 to the, nope, no, time is called. Here we go, the 3-2 pitch. Up high, ball 4, and the Vipers have a base runner. Nice hit back by Nick Jackson. First walk of the ballgame surrendered by Dudley, proving that he's human after all, as Braden Buchanan will step in. Buchanan getting his second look at his opposing pitcher, Bryson Dudley. Comes up here with 2 outs and a runner at first. Pitch up high, ball 1, and that's going to draw a visit to the mound from the catcher, Dylan Masandra, as all the pitches starting to come up a little high now. Foul back to the screen, 1 ball, 1 strike. 7-0 now into 5. Eastview over Cedar Park in softball. Then baseball, Hendrickson leading Manor 13-4. Out in Manor. 1 ball, 1 strike to Buchanan. Oh, that's a tough strike right there, 1-2. Buchanan says, give that same pitch to me when I'm on the hill. One-two pitch. Popped up right side. Let's see if the ballpark will hold it. Drifting over into foul territory, and it drops safely. Right fielder Reed, first baseman Myhill giving it a good chase, but a lot of real estate, and it falls harmlessly to the turf. The count remains 1-2. So Buchanan with new life, 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. There goes the runner on the 1-2 pitch, and the call, strike 3, and the inning is over. So for the second straight inning, Bryson Dudley strikes out the side, and the Vipers leave a base runner stranded. No runs. No hits, no errors, roaming to left on base. The walk doesn't hurt anything. We will go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Still 4-0 in favor of the Cedar Ridge Raiders. If you're looking for a silver lining, at least the Vipers made Dudley throw some pitches that inning. I'll give you the exact pitch count here in just a second. Made him throw 24 pitches that inning, bringing him up to 49 for the ball game. Still on track to get to the 7th inning, so they needed to keep doing that. Because so far he has struck out 8 batters. 8 of the 9 outs recorded by Cedar Ridge Raiders have come courtesy of strikeouts by Bryson Dudley. And Daniel Fair is going to take over pitching duties here for the Vipers. And let's see if, yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Whoop. Cross off the wrong guy here in my scorebook. Hold on just a second. So Daniel Farrow, your new pitcher now for the Vipers, and Brain Buchanan moves back behind the plate. Daniel Farrow's numbers, making his 9th appearance of the season with a record of 1-3. Does have 2 saves on the season, 21 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 13 hits and 13 runs, 6 of those earned. Walked 16, struck out 29 with an ERA of 1.94. His job is to hold Cedar Ridge right here so the Viper offense can get going. He'll be facing the 4, 5, and 6 hitters here. Danny Valadez will lead it off. Valadez with the 3-run home run back in the first inning to get things started for Cedar Ridge. It's the first pitch here, up high, ball 1. Pitch a little high, 2-0, says the umpire. Swing and a miss. Good high heat there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Brushes it back and the count 3-1. Good pitch there. Call strike 2. Just missed outside, ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk to Valadez. And that'll bring up Nick Zamora stepping in. Struck out looking in the first inning. Showing bunt, pulls it back, pitch up high, ball 1. The snap throw down to first and the runner back. One-oh pitch. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I tell you what. Clayton Moore probably saw his life flashing before his eyes. Moore charging from third, almost in the batter's box, when instead of bunting, Zamora hacked away and fouled it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Toss over the first runner back. That'll get your attention in a hurry. Now he shows bunt again, punts it back up against the screen. Strike 2. I was a terrible third baseman, but I hated having to charge from third for just that reason. 1-2 now to Zamora. Ground ball right side. Connor's got it. And he's going to, oh, they call the balk. They call the balk, and that will allow Valdez to move down to second base. They're going to say that Farrow didn't come to a complete stop. So no pitch, no put out, runner at second with nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strikes still to Zamora. Popped up right side in foul territory, giving chase, and it's going to land into the bullpen. The count remains 1-2. One-two pitch. Little high, 2-2. Viper fans expressing some displeasure at the strike zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chopper left side. Back has it, looks the runner back to throw to first, and it is not in time. An infield single, nothing at all that Ryan Back could do with that. Did a good job just getting a glove on it. So an infield single by Zamora. Runner at second had to hold. So runners at first and second with nobody out for Bryson Dudley. Dudley flew out to right his previous at bat. Shows bunt here. Pitch up high, ball one. The throw down to second, cut off by back before it goes out to center field, ball one. Infield in at the corners. Not showing bunt that time, and that pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Swing and a miss. Self-defense swing there. Strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Beautiful pitch from Farrow. Strike 3 called. Farrow's first strike out of the ball game. 1 out now for the catcher, Dylan Masandra. Infield goes back a little bit, back to double play depth, although the first baseman's still coming in. That ball poked in there to shallow right field. Gilbert has a beat on it, hauls it in for out number 2. So 2 outs now for Landon Myhill. Myhill struck out in the second inning. Still some work to do here. Curveball doesn't quite come back all the way across the inside corner. Ball 1. Pitch down low, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Right down the pipe, strike 1. 2-1. Get this guy out so you can start the next inning with the bottom of the order due up. 2-1 pitch. Foul back to the screen, 2-2. Farrell was strike away from getting out of the inning with no damage done. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. In there, called strike 3. Beautiful pitch from Farrell, and the inning is over. So after giving up a walk and an infield hit, Daniel Farrell bears down and retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 runners left on base. Cedar Ridge with a goose egg for the first time tonight. We will go to the 4th inning, still down by 4. You're watching Vandegrifts Vipers Baseball on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com. Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3-13, not yet, another reverse. Breaking tackles, dives to the end zone, touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds, really close in the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson, she fires the 3. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com.
Vipers looking to cut into a 4-0 deficit here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Be nice to get at least 2 out of this inning. Let's see what happens as Oklahoma looks at the first pitch in there, call strike 1. Pitch up high, ball 1. And again, pitch Temperatures are starting to get a little high from Bryson Dudley. Pitch down low, ball 2. Two, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss, pulled the string, strike 2. Eight strikeouts through 3 innings for Dudley. And he's got Oklahoma the 2-2 count here. The pitch. Up high, ball 3. Cedar Park softball getting on the board in the 6th inning. They still trail Eastview 7-3. Into 5, Georgetown 6, Cedar Park nothing in baseball. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Oklahoma. Low and away, ball 4, and the Vipers have the leadoff runner aboard for the first time tonight. Second walk surrendered by Dudley, and that will bring up Clayton Moore. Moore, strikeout victim, to retire the side of the first inning. Good pitch at the knees, call strike 1. Landon Thompson on deck for Vandegrift. That ball hit in the air to left center field. Pretty well tagged going back, but is going to hold up and caught at the warning track by the center fielder, Matthew Brooks, for out number 1. Moore gave it a ride, but got under it just a bit for 1 away. That'll bring up Landon Thompson with 1 out and a runner at first. Thompson caught looking in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Had a cut. Shows bunt, bunts through it for strike 2. Nice idea. Crossed up the Raiders, but couldn't make contact. And the count now 0-2 to Thompson. No balls, 2 strikes. Low and away, ball 1. Final down in Lockhart. Lockhart softball over Austin Crockett, 16-1. That one final in 4 innings as the run rule took effect. 1-2 to Thompson. That ball drilled to left field. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. Good piece of hitting with 2 strikes by Landon Thompson, and the Vipers for the first time tonight has something going as Tyler Hubbard will step in. Oklahoma up to 2nd, Thompson over to 1st. We'll see if we get a courtesy runner for him. Actually, no, we won't. Thompson not listed as a catcher anymore because Buchanan took over for him. So that'll bring up Tyler Hubbard, struck out in the 2nd. We'll see where Thompson went to as he came out from behind home plate. That ball fouled straight back, strike 1. Oklahoma at 2nd, Thompson at 1st, 1 out. Vipers trying to post a crooked number and cut into a 4-0 deficit. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 to Hubbard. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Hubbard is out on strikes for the second time tonight. 2 outs now for Will the Thrill Gilbert. Looking for a little 2-out bingo here from Gilbert. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Gilbert 0 for 1, struck out in the second. Pitch down, low, ball 1. Umpire looked like he wanted to pull the trigger, but couldn't quite do it. One ball, no strikes to Gilbert. Inside corner, called strike 1. Thank you, Nathan. 5-4 Vista Ridge over Westwood. Top of the 4th inning as Westwood crawling back into that one like the Vipers are hoping to do here. Round Rock has already defeated McNeil 4-2 in a game played earlier this afternoon. 1-1 pitch. Low and away, ball 2. Nice job there behind the plate by Massander to keep that one from going back to the backstop. Hitters count, 2 balls and 1 strike to Gilbert. Oklahoma at second, Thompson at first. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Dudley's been able to dig a little deeper here this inning. Let's see if the Vipers can get another 2-out, 2-strike hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 aboard. Foul tip. Good piece of hitting there by Gilbert to hang alive and force another pitch. Ryan back on deck if Gilbert can keep the inning alive. Time is called. 2-out hits is something the Vipers have not done a great job of so far this season. Trying to reverse media jinx Gilbert here. The 2-2 pitch. Laid off of that pitch outside. 3-2. Good take by Gilbert. Pitch of the game coming up here for the Vipers. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 aboard and 2 out. From the stretch, the 3-2 pitch. Runners go in there, called strike 3. Good pitch, and the inning is over. So in the inning for the Vandegrift Vipers, they get runners at first and second. On 1 hit and a walk. But they leave them stranded, and we are halfway through this one. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, still down 4-0. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, we want to thank our sponsors, of course, our home run sponsors, Shannon Kramer with Bartlett Realty, along with Silverton Custom Homes. Our double play sponsor, Ranch Road Vision. Our single sponsor, Independence Title, DHL Construction, Sostar Bank, and Steiner Ranch Wag-A-Bag. And our banner sponsor, Trent Reynolds Baseball Development, along with our Vype Network sponsor, Academy Sports and Outdoors. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store. So an opportunity lost there for the Vipers. As we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning, getting my scoreboard updated here. And for the Raiders, it will be the 9-1-2 hitters due up here. As Brendan Reed will step in to lead it off. So Reed will step in 0 for 1, struck out in the second against Braden Buchanan. Takes the first pitch from Daniel Farrow. Strike one. Bottom of the 6th inning, Liberty Hill and Leander Glenn tied up 3-3. Swing and a miss, strike two, as Farrow quickly ahead of Reed in the count 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three on 3 pitches. Reed is out on strikes. Third strikeout of the ballgame recorded by Farrow. Back to the top of the order will go to Matthew Brooks with 1 out. Brooks for 1 for 2 on the game, and lifts this one foul out of play to the right side, strike one. Grounded out the second and had a single in the second. Laid off of that pitch just outside, says the umpire, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. He's a little inconsistent. 1-1 pitch. Fouled out of play to the right again, and the count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Brooks. Hit in the air to the right side. Gilbert coming in. And has a beat on it. Makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Daniel Patterson. He's been a pain in the neck. 2 for 2 on the night, a couple of singles. So good to have him come up here with 2 outs and the bases empty. These next 3 guys have done all the damage. Pitched down low, ball 1. Patterson 2 for 2. Allen 1 for 2 with a double. Valdez 0 for 1 with a 3-run home run and a walk. These have been the tough outs so far tonight. And the count now 2-0 to Patterson. Two-0 pitch. Squibbed foul over the dugout, and the count 2-1 to Patterson. Ground ball left side, back with the high hop, takes it, gathers himself, and makes a throw in time for the put-on. Nice job there by Ryan Back. That ball took a weird hop, and he stayed right with it, made a good throw to retire the side. First time tonight, Cedar Ridge Raiders have done in order, 1-2-3, nothing across. We played through 4, 9 outs to work with, down by 4. You're watching VANDEGRIFT Vipers Baseball on the Vype Live Network.
Do you love the game of football? Wish you could be part of the action? Then become a football official. The Austin Football Officials Association is actively seeking new members to officiate games all across Central Texas. The Austin Football Chapter of TASO, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, provides a 2-year training program for new members. Taught by a crew of veteran officials, these training classes meet each Monday night from July through November and include classroom and on-field instruction. You don't need to be an ex-player or a coach to become a great official and have a memorable officiating career. As our officials will tell you, working around student athletes at all levels of football is gratifying. Plus, you'll develop lifelong friendships with other officials who share your passion for the game. Officiating football is a great way to get into and stay in shape, be a positive role model for student athletes, retain your competitive edge, and earn additional income. Visit the Austin Football Officials Association online at afoa.ws for more information. That's afoa.ws.
have been making Dudley throw a few more pitches. He came into this inning with 70 pitches. So they made him work a little bit the last 2 innings. And the count now 3-1 near to back. Down low, ball 4. The Vipers have the leadoff runner aboard again. That's the 3rd walk given up by Dudley, and that'll bring up M.D. Connor. Now she's going to have a pinch hitter coming up here. This is Michael Coughlin, batting .318 on the season, no home runs, 8 RBI. So Coughlin will bat here for Connor. And the pitch down low, ball 1. So Dudley struggling a little bit. Got off to a great start. 5, 8, 10 strikeouts through the first 4+ innings. Twelve pitches in the first, 12 pitches in the second, 24 pitches in the third, 22 pitches in the 4th inning. So the pitch count has come up. The walks have come up a little bit. And that pitch paints the outside corner, strike 1 to Coughlin. Vipers looking for base runners. Swing and a miss, strike 2 to Coughlin. As John pointed out Tuesday night, one of the few lefties on the Viper squad. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And he is out on strikes for out number 1. 11th strikeout of the ball game recorded by Dudley. Back to the top of the order we go to Nick Jackson. Jackson 0 for 1 with a walk back in the 3rd inning. Foul straight back, strike 1. Back, all sorts of dancing around, trying to distract Dudley over there at first base. And there he goes. Pitch up high, no throw. Stolen base for Ryan Back. The count 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson. High chopper left side. That's going to be trouble. Shortstop has it. Patterson to throw to first. Just in time. Another stellar play by the shortstop, Daniel Patterson, on the high chop to get the speedy Nick Jackson 2 away. On the play, Back moves down to 3rd base. 2 outs now for Braden Buchanan. Got to get him home. Foul back to the screen, strike 1. Buchanan on the night 0 for 2, starting the night on the hill. Moved back behind the plate in the 3rd inning. Gone final in Georgetown. Eastview over Cedar Park, 7-3 in softball. No balls, 1 strike to Buchanan. Little pop-up into shallow center field. That could be trouble, but it's going to hold up. And making the catch out in shallow right field and falling down on his backside was Tucker Allen to retire the side. So in the inning for the VandeGrift Vipers, to get the leadoff runner aboard, can't do anything with it. We'll go to the bottom half of the 5th inning, still down 4-0. That was the kind of inning that Bryson Dudley needed, just a 14-pitch inning. Cedar Ridge will send up 3, 4, and 5 hitters to do work here against Danny Farrow, on for his 3rd inning of work. Can't afford to give up any more here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Email is open, Voice of the Vipers, all one word plural, voiceofthevipers@gmail.com. I want to give a shout out to your favorite player on either side. If you're a Vandegrifts fan tuned in, let us know where you're tuning into the broadcast from and help the Vipers get back in this game. As Tucker Allen steps in, 1 for 2 on the night, a double and a run scored. Popped foul out of play to the right side, strike 1. Osby stays a little high, 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Little high, 2-1. Boy, when was the last time this happened? Dripping Springs got run ruled 10-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning by New Braunfels Canyon. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Dripping Springs year in and year out a solid baseball team, but Canyon got him tonight, 10-0. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Farrow has come in and done the job tonight. Here's 4th strike out of the ballgame. 1 out, bases empty for Danny Valadez. Valadez 1 for 1 with a 3-run home run back in the 1st inning. Also walked in the 3rd. Good pitch to the knees. Call strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Curveball hit up the middle. Back, scoops it up. Oh, kicked it off the heel of his glove. And that's going to have to be ruled in error, I would imagine. So Valadez aboard for Nick Zamora. Zamora 1 for 2 with an infield single in the 3rd. Pitch a little high, ball 1. Just a little low in the count, 2-0. And that ball thrown away to the right field side. Running second is Valadez, and he will stay there. Wait, they're going to send him back. Oh, time was called. Okay. So time was called before the pitch. I'm keeping an eye on the broadcast myself, which kind of serves as an instant replay, and I could see the batter call time. So no pitch. Vipers catch a break. Let's take advantage. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Umpire gave Zamora a timeout. So no pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ground ball left side, and it's going to get out in the left field for a base hit. So runners at first and second for Bryson Dudley. Valadez at second. Zamora at first with 1 away for Dudley, who was 0 for 2 on the night. Just missed outside, ball 1. Good pitch there for a strike, 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Buchanan tried to pull it back in, but the umpire says no, and the count 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Brushing him back, 3-1. Time called. Valadez is second. Zamora at first with 1 out. Good pitch. Foul back to the screen. The count goes full to the Raider pitcher, trying to help his own cause and maybe put this one out of reach. Three balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Daniel Farrell comes back at the phone behind the count to get his strikeout. 2 outs now for Dylan Massandra. Massandra 0 for 1, flew out to right in the third, also hit by a pitch and scored the 4th run of the game in the second. Comes up here with 2 outs, runners at first and second. Ground ball right side. Baker's got it. And the throw to first inside. Simon Baker with the 4-3 putout, and the Vipers get out of the inning without any damage done. No runs, 1 hit. 1 error doesn't hurt anything. 2 runners left on base. We played through 5. We'll go to the 6th. Need some runs. Down 4-0. You're watching Vandergrift Vipers baseball on the Vype Live Network.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the Vandergrift community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008. And you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Best chance coming up for the Vipers to do some damage, get back in this ball game. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. Christian Okerholm, Clayton Moore, Landon Thompson, hopefully a whole lot more. As the Vipers need some base runners, and they need some runs, down 4-0 here in the top half of the 6th inning. I've got Oklahoma as 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. The score here has him as 0 for 1, reached on an error. I totally disagree. Doesn't matter. Let's see what he does here in the 6th. That's what's important. All right, here's Okerholm to lead it off. Trying to get things started here, going to work against Bryce Dudley. Had a cut, fouls it straight back, and the count 0-1. Vipers travel to Westwood on Tuesday night to start a series against the Westwood Warriors. Westwood dueling Vista Ridge tonight. It was 5-4 last we heard in that one. Cedar Ridge with a 9-district game tomorrow, I believe, against McCallum. Ground ball left side, out in the left field for a base hit. Good start for the Vipers. Christian Okerholm with his 2nd hit of the night. That'll bring up Clayton Moore. Moore on the night, 0 for 2. Yeah, Cedar Ridge against McCallum tomorrow, and then they are going to host McNeil in a game that we'll have for you here on Vype Live on Tuesday night. All right, here's Moore stepping in. Fouls it back against the screen, strike one. Moore struck out in the first, flew out to deep center field in the fourth inning. There goes the runner. In their call strike to throw down to the shortstop side, not in time. And Oklahoma at the stolen base. Gutsy play there. Down by 4, but he gets away with it. The count 0-2 to Moore now. Oh, 2 pitch. Into the air to the right side. That could be trouble coming in as a right fielder, and not able to make the catch. Vipers have runners at the corners. I thought Brendan Reed was going to get that one. He would probably like to have another crack at it, but he lets it drop in front of him, and the Vipers have runners at the corners. The first serious start of the night for Landon Thompson. Oklahoma had to hold it second because he figured Reed would make the catch. Thompson 1 for 2 in the night. Need at least a couple of runs here to give yourself a fighting chance heading into the 7th inning. Vipers are thinking big inning right now. Runners at first and third, nobody out. Fouled off the bat handle, strike one. Tyler Hubbard on deck. Oklahoma at third, Moore at first, nobody out. Pitch at the letter, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Thompson. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Every time he needs to, Bryson Dudley seems like he's able to dial up a strikeout. Big first out for Tyler Hubbard. Strikeout number 12 for Dudley. Hubbard struck out twice tonight. He's due. Ground ball right side, that's going to score the run. They go to second for 1. The throw to first is not in time. So the RBI fielder's choice scores Oklahoma to make it 4-1. Moore is out 4-6 for out number 2. Hubbard aboard at first with the 4-6 RBI fielder's choice. 4-1 ball game as Will Gilbert will step in. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Going to be Josh Masonoff stepping in. A .333 hitter, no home runs, 3 RBIs with a double on the season. So Masonoff will step in. 2 outs, runner at first. Trying to keep this inning alive. 4-1, Vipers on the board. Pitch way up high, ball 1. Hubbard at first. Let's see if Coach tries to get him down to second base here. Masonoff, another left-handed hitter. Looks at that pitch. Wow, that looked low to me. 1 ball, 1 strike, says the umpire. Hubbard not going. Fouled out of play to the left side. Mason out trying to deliver a 2-out hit here to keep the inning alive for Ryan Back. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch outside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Dudley gets a big strikeout again to retire the side. The Vipers do get on the board. They get 1 run on 2 hits. All right, Vipers cracked the scoreboard. Now they got to keep it to a 3-run deficit. It's going to be hard enough to get 3 runs on the Cedar Ridge Raiders. Can't afford to give up any more. Bottom of the order to up. Landon Myhill, Brendan Reed, then back to the top of the order will go. And Daniel Farrell working his 4th inning here tonight. And lifted in the air, right side, drifting into foul territory. It will get out of play. Strike 1 to Myhill. Myhill 0 for 2 on the night, struck out twice, once against Buchanan, once against Farrell. Ground ball left side, scooped up. Nice play there by, the throw's a little high. Good job getting the glove on the ball by Clayton Moore, but the throw, unfortunately, pulls Michael Coughlin off first base. Coughlin over at first base now. So Myhill aboard. That'll bring up Brendan Reed. Actually, we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Cedar Ridge. This is Brandon Vasquez. So Vasquez stepping in, trying to move the runner over to second base. Shows bunt, pushes it foul up the first base side, strike 1. I'm not sure who's scoring here, but they ruled that last play a hit. Not a hit. Unfortunately, an error. And that ball pushed foul up the first base side, and the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Vasquez. Oh, 2 pitch, showing bunt again and gets it down. That's going to roll foul, and that'll be a strikeout. So 1 away as Vasquez fouls out on the bunt. And back to the top of the order we go to Matthew Brooks. So Brooks steps in on the night, 1 for 3. 1 out runner at first. Pitch low and away, ball 1. Looking ahead to the Viper 7th, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. Going to be down by at least 3. There goes the runner. Hit and run, foul back to the screen, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And by my unofficial count, Bryson Dudley has 12 pitches to work with before he has to come out of the ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just outside, 2 and 1. Two one pitch. Way up high, 3 and 1. Three one pitch. There goes the runner again on 3 and 1. Hit straight back up in the air, coming right back at me. Lands right in front of the press box, and the count goes full to Brooks. Three balls, 2 strikes to Matthew Brooks. Outside, ball 4. So an error and a walk has runners at first and second for the Raiders, and Daniel Patterson will step in. The heart of the order coming up now. Vipers finally retired him in a nice play by Ryan back last inning. He comes into this at-bat 1 for 3 and takes that first pitch in. They call strike 1. 2 for 3, pardon me. A couple of singles prior to that put out. Pitch up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Myhill at second, Brooks at first with 1 away. Farrell working quickly. Down low, ball 2. Nobody warming up in the Viper bullpen. 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Snap throw down to second. Pretty good throw. But Myhill gets back in time. 3 and 1 the count to Patterson. Good pitch there. Popped up. Foul, and the count goes full. Second straight batter that's worked the count full against Farrell. The pitch. Ripped fouled on the first base side. We'll do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes. Outside, ball 4, and the bases are full. So bases jammed for Tucker Allen. 1 for 3 in the night. And we're going to have a conference at the mound here. This doesn't look like a you're coming out of the ball game conversation. This looks like a this is what you're doing wrong. So Myhill at third, Brooks at second, Patterson is at first with 1 out. Vipers already trailed by 3, cannot afford to give up any more runs here. And field back at double play depth. And that ball squibbed in the air to right field. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. Runner had to hold the throw to the plate. They got him at second base. Runners had to hold with 1 away. Heads up play by Will Gilbert. He does get Patterson for out number 2. However, on the play, Landon Myhill comes in to score. It'll be an RBI single for Allen. 5-1, 2 outs. 2 out. And Tucker Allen will step in. That pitch, or this is Danny Valadez, pardon me. So Allen with the single RBI. Brooks is now at third. 1 ball, no strikes. Now 1-1 to Valadez. I'm still trying to catch up. The perils of having to do everything yourself. There goes the runner off first. Foul back to the screen. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Myhill scored. RBI single for Allen to right field. Actually, it's not even a single. It's going to be ruled a fielder's choice. Still an RBI. There goes the runner again. That ball drilled into left field for a base hit. That's going to score 1. And they're going to hold the runner at third base. And it's now 6-1 Cedar Ridge. So Valdez with the 3-run homer tacks on another RBI on the single to score Brooks. Allen's over at third. Runners at the corner. Still just 2 outs. And the pitch in the call, strike 1 to Nick Zamora. Pitch up high, 1 ball and 1 strike to Zamora. Zamora 2 for 3 on the night. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. There goes the runner off of first. And swing and a miss, strike 3. And the inning is over. But not before. The Raiders do pick up 2 more insurance runs. They get them on just 1 hit, helped out by a couple of walks and an error and an RBI fielder's choice. They leave 2 runners. We will go to the top half of the 7th inning. New score, Cedar Ridge 6, Vandergrift 1. So Kyle Norton, the new pitcher for Cedar Ridge, he'll face the 8-9-1 hitters here for Vandergrift. Ryan back to lead it off. 0 for 1 of the night, walked in the 5th inning. Vipers need base runners. If you think the 6-1 lead is insurmountable, you haven't watched a lot of high school baseball. The pitch up high, ball 1. Up high, ball 2. Up high, ball 3. JV game, the Vipers led 10-1 going into the 7th inning, wound up hanging on 10-6 with the bases loaded. And that's a big reason why. A 4-pitch walk to get things started. That'll bring up Michael Coughlin. Coughlin taking over at first base for MD counter of the night. Struck out his only previous at bat. Catcher Dylan Masandra calling his infield in. First pitch to Coughlin, high and away, ball one. Liberty Hill left the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th inning against Leander Glenn. They're going to extra innings, tied at 3. 14-5 Hendrickson over Manor. And Georgetown defeating Cedar Park 9-1 tonight. As the pitching coach is going to come out and talk to Kyle Norton. Vipers need base runners, and until Norton throws a strike, I don't think you're going to see the bat swing. One ball, no strikes to Coughlin. Down low, ball 2. That's an off-speed pitch in it for a call strike. Two one pitch. That ball ripped into right field for a base hit. Runner moves up station to station. Runners at first and second. Back to the top of the order we go. Nice piece of hitting there by Michael Coughlin. And Nick Jackson will step in. Robbed of an infield single by a great play by the shortstop Daniel Patterson, his last at bat. And we're going to have a pitching change. First visit was from the pitching coach. This is from Coach Darryl Reeves. So a new pitcher is going to come in here, it looks like. So coming in to pitch is a shortstop, Daniel Patterson. Norton is staying in, so I don't know if Norton's just going to take his spot at short or what they're going to do here. We'll track that for you. Just trying to look around their infield. All right, 17, Landon Myhill is still over at first. 3, Tucker, okay, so yeah. So it looks like the outfield remains Zamora, Brooks, and Brendan Reed. Danny Valadez, Tuesday night's winning pitcher at third base still. And Kyle Norton has replaced Daniel Patterson over at shortstop. Tucker Allen at second, Landon Myhill at first. So they just flip-flop as Nick Jackson steps in. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Jackson on the night, 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch up high, ball one. Excuse me, swing over to the right side. Going to be fielded by the first baseman. He slipped as he gathered himself. He was going to step in the bag and go down to second, but he slipped. It's going to be a 3 unassisted fielder's choice. Both runners move up to second and third with now 1 away for Braden Buchanan. Buchanan 0 for 3 in the night. He is due. 1 out, runners at second and third. And they call the balk. They call the balk, so Ryan Back will come in on the balk. Make it 6-2. Coughlin moves up to third. No pitch. 6-2 ball game, still 1 away. Coughlin now at third. Looks at that pitch up high. And they count 1 ball, no strikes to Buchanan. That ball ripped down the first base side. That is a foul ball by about a yard. And the count 1-1. One pitch. Foul back to the screen, 1-2. If Buchanan can get on board, you got Oklahoma Moore, a lot of good bats coming up behind him. One ball, 2 strikes. Down low, ball 2. Nice job by Masandra keeping that one from going back to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Buchanan. Down low, ball 3. Vista Ridge up 6-4 over Westwood, bottom of the 6th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Popped in the air right side, drifting into foul territory. They have a play on it. And not tagging up at third. Nice job there by the first baseman for the Raiders. I believe that was Landon Myhill, I think, made that catch in foul territory and fired a strike to home to keep Coughlin from advancing. So the Vipers down to the final out. 2 outs now for Christian Oklahoma. Runner still at third base. Oklahoma will step in. Pitch down low, ball 1. Oklahoma 2 for 2 on the night with a walk as well. Fouls that one back to the screen. Strike 1. Clayton Moore on deck if Oklahoma can keep the inning alive. One pitch. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that one. Got him way out in front of it. And the Vipers down to their final strike. One ball, 2 strikes. Down low, ball 2. Good take by Oklahoma. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. swing and a missed strike 3. Drop third strike. They got to complete the throw down to first. They do, and the ball game is over. 6-2 your final. The Cedar Ridge Raiders get the sweep over the VANDEGRIFT Vipers. We'll take a break, be back to give you the final numbers, and be back to wrap it up here from Round Rock. Your final score, 6-2, Cedar Ridge with the win over the VANDEGRIFT Vipers. You're watching VANDEGRIFT Vipers baseball on Vype Live.
Do you love the game of football? Wish you could be part of the action? Then become a football official. The Austin Football Officials Association is actively seeking new members to officiate games all across Central Texas. The Austin Football Chapter of TASO, the Texas Association of Sports Officials, provides a 2-year training program for new members. Taught by a crew of veteran officials, these training classes meet each Monday night from July through November and include classroom and on-field instruction. You don't need to be an ex-player or a coach to become a great official and have a memorable officiating career. As our officials will tell you, working around student athletes at all levels of football is gratifying. Plus, you'll develop lifelong friendships with other officials who share your passion for the game. Officiating football is a great way to get into and stay in shape, be a positive role model for student athletes, retain your competitive edge, and earn additional income. Visit the Austin Football Officials Association online at afoa.ws for more information. That's afoa.ws.
When you buy or sell a piece of property, it helps to have a friend in the business. Independence Title will pick up the ball on your transaction and take it right across the goal line. Independence is locally owned right here in Austin with deep roots in the VANDEGRIFT community. Independence is also the Austin Business Journal's #1 title company. Work with the home team at Independence Title. Call 329-5299 or go to independencetitle.com.
The Round Rock Dragons, they will head into the weekend, unfortunately, 2 games behind Round Rock and maybe tied for the final playoff spot in the District 25 6A race as they fall tonight by a final score of 6-2 against the Cedar Ridge Raiders. The unofficial numbers look like this for the Raiders: 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 8 runners left on base. Winning pitcher will be Bryson Dudley. What a performance he had. We talked about the numbers already with the multiple strikeouts and that kind of thing. And he dominated the Vipers throughout most of the ball game to get the win for Cedar Ridge. The Raiders improved to 12-11 overall. More importantly, 6-3. They stay a game behind the Round Rock Dragons. And they might either be in sole possession of second place or tied with Westwood, depending on how the Westwood-Vista Ridge game plays out. Cedar Ridge will have a non-district game against McCallum tomorrow afternoon. And then they will host McNeil here on Tuesday night. We'll have that game for you here on Vype Live with our McNeil broadcast crew at about 7 o'clock, I believe, here on Vype Live. So Cedar Ridge with the win tonight. For the VANDEGRIFT Vipers, a rough night again. 2 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors for the Vipers. They left 7 runners on base. The losing pitcher will be Braden Buchanan. Didn't pitch poorly, but didn't get a lot of defensive help. The bat's pretty quiet, and just couldn't quite get anything going. Danny Farrow did a pretty good job down the stretch to keep it close. But the Vipers will lose the ball game tonight. They will drop to 16-10 overall, 5-4 in district play. They're going to be 2 games behind Round Rock, a game behind Cedar Ridge, and either a game as well behind Westwood or tied with Westwood and Vista Ridge, depending on how that game plays out. And the last score we had, it was 6-4, Vista Ridge leading Westwood late in the ball game out in Westwood. So your final score here tonight, 6-2. A couple of other scores here real quick. Liberty Hill defeating Glenn by a final score of 5-4. They won that game in 8 innings. Again, before we go, I want to thank our sponsors tonight. Our home run sponsor, Shannon Kramer with Bartlett Realty, along with Silverton Custom Homes. Our double play sponsor, Ranch Road Vision. Our single sponsors, Independence Title, D.H. Allen Construction, South Star Bank, and Steiner Ranch Wagabag, along with our banner sponsor, Trent Riddle's Baseball Development, and our Vype Network sponsor, Academy Sports and Outdoors, gear up this spring at Academy Sports and Outdoors. That's going to do it for us tonight. Again, a huge thank you to the Booster Club President Jennifer Farrell and Vice President Steve Miller and all the sponsors that I just mentioned. For my broadcast partner, John Prussell, we'll see John again on Tuesday night from Westwood. Our QA tonight, Nathan Nunez. Our technical director, Suna Bincat. My mom for tuning in. And the folks at Vype Media, my name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from Cedar Ridge High School in Round Rock, where the VandeGrift Vipers have dropped the ball game tonight to the Cedar Ridge Raiders by a final score